going on, y'all? What's poppin', folks? Let me know how the audio going, man. What's poppin', everybody? Hope everybody doing good. We chilling. We outside. We inside. We everywhere. The fuck going on, yeah? Random. Shades off. High as fuck. I'm gonna take a little hit and then we're gonna go inside real quick. What up, y'all? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Yeah, what's poppin', boy? How you? How you? What's poppin', E? Everything good? I'm just gonna smoke a little Elski and then we're gonna go inside. You know what I mean? It's already getting hot. What's poppin', Christine? You ready? Yeah, what's going on, everybody? Yeah, yeah. What's up, poppin', man? You know I was coming through. You know I was coming through. My bad, my bad. Yo, how's the audio? Cause I'm using these for now. Cause I couldn't. I was trying to the glasses dislocated. I was trying to get them back on the. You know what I'm saying? My bad, everybody. Move it up. Damn, Ethan. Yeah, that's life, man. You know, being in New York, you know what I'm saying? And just like the fact that I traveled a lot, like, I always took it as like, you know what I'm saying? Right place, right time, man. But that's why I always tell folks, be careful what you watch, be careful what you see. It'll change you. Sorry, y'all, we gonna get popping. How's the audio though? Is it sounding good? Or is it too loud? Should I put one away? I don't know. It's $8, random. The fuck going on, y'all? Hope everybody doing good. Friday, you know, weekend coming up. I hope everybody has a good one. Shout out to my boy Nas, man. Supposedly he bought into the licensing of New York's first casino. My boy told me it looks like a hallway. But yeah, shout out to New York having that casino, you know what I'm saying? Because I know in my day, either you drove to Vegas or Atlantic City, or at the time they used to have a boat that left like a certain dock and you could, you know, gamble from there. But New York has always been hardcore with the motherfucking gambling scene, man. If niggas want to throw their money away, let them throw the money away. And I feel like it also was a direct contact with like you know, Atlantic City. They didn't want too much competition, you know what I'm saying? But since Atlantic City is no longer, it is what it is, baby. But what up, folks? How y'all doing, man? Let me know with the audio, man. I'm gonna bring this indoors and we're gonna chat it up, man. Hold on. What y'all thought y'all wasn't gonna see me? What up, folks? I'm outside, I'm inside, I'm everywhere, man. For real, for real. Yeah, man. Got the AC going. Y'all want to see the Driposaurus? Let's see the little Driposaurus. You know what I'm saying? Told y'all about that Gappy. Told you about the Gappy. But what up, y'all? Like I said, maybe I'll just go, you know, without the headphones and shit like that. But yeah, man. Peep the game, peep the script. Too legit, too legit. Let me see it. What's up, Zay? What up, Nene? What's poppin', folk? What up, everybody? You know what I'm saying? Just chilling, doing what I gotta do. Like I said, the phone with the glasses was bugging out, so I had to go with the other phone, the other jack. In fact, I somehow should start charging this business. It's all good. I'll figure it out. I'll try to do, you know what I'm saying, as much as I can. I got like 40%. That should be good. But what up, Nene? What up, Christy? What up, Ethan? Hope everybody doing good, chilling, chilling. I'm doing good, you know what I'm saying? Shouting up, looking right, you know what I mean? Can't complain at all, man. I did run out of papers though. You know, I always keep that one stash. You know, you every time you get like a pack of rules, for instance, right? You take out one, tumble it, throw that bitch in the bag, you know where your shit is, and then you know that time comes, you get that. You know what I mean? Yo, Nas Escobar, Casino, New York, pretty hot. Like that. Like rappers, old heads still touching paper. But there's a lot. There's always a lot to discuss, man. I try to go. I try to have it like in the background. I have the TV, so I was gonna like, you know what I mean, bounce shit off and try to, do shit like, how motherfuckers get their professionalism going. I'm in works and trying to get a laptop. My man just caught one for 300. Shit is lit. Nene, Chris, how's the audio? Everything good? What up, Paul? Do I sound alright? Do I sound good? Do I sound at least is it clear? That's all I care for. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, I'm chilling, man. I'm doing good, relaxing. Baby girl is at work, thugging it out. She gets out, and I don't know, maybe movies or something. You know what I'm saying? It's a Friday. Usually we try to either eat good or watch something. I'm on my vacation. Let's go, Paul. Where you at, baby? Once again, I hope everybody has a good one. I think we're gonna do San Diego or like Arizona and shit. But yeah, man. I hope everybody good. What's poppin', man? How y'all doing? Say dollars, $8. The fuck going on, man? West Virginia. Yeah, let's go. Yo, VA. I remember going to VA, man, and they got this. It's a lake, but it's a beach lake, meaning like there's sand and it's a lake. But yo, you can walk in so deep that like yo, word the mother, like in the ocean you be drowned, shark eat you, right? In this place, the shit is like up to here, and they do got pockets like you gotta look for, and you can fall. But yo, I went to VA, man, and my mom took me to this lake that like you can walk and mind you, I was only like 5'6", you know what I mean? I was a little, Puerto Rican, you know what I'm saying? But shout out to West Virginia, man. I always thought like, you know what I mean, when you think of like the first, 13 colonies, there's a lot of historic stuff going on in those places, man. If you're into that like that history stuff. But yeah, VA is a different land, man. I love that when you exit city boy shit, like you really enter like, land and cows and farm shit. So I always was like, cool with that scene too, you know what I mean? Like going to the Hamptons is 360 from going to Kensington or South Philly where my cousin lived, or Tampa or Orlando or Miami, you know what I mean? Like and now I'm in California, so everything it does, like the landscapes, they really have their particular, you know, song I like to call it. But what up, man? Then tomorrow I'll be in Indiana. Let's go, Paul Brown. You doing that road tripping, man? Shout out to you, road trip. I used to love road trips, man. And Paul, what's the end destination, Paul? Where's this maze taking you? Oh, let me see, Nene. My co-host, what up, man? Did you see Mayweather O's? No, that's not real. They're cutting off his passport. Got him. Yo, whenever you owe, you know what I mean? I made sure that I, like, you know what I mean? With the credit cards and just, like, various things, I try to pay as much as I could with child support, too. But, like, yo, man, you don't ever want to, be in situations. And that's what happens when you buy or you amass a lot of property. You want to be big willing and you got all this jewelry and all this. Like, he tried to make it like a 10 million a day habit, and you like a million a day, right? And like you can't be doing that, man. I remember there was a video, man. He's at like a restaurant and he pulls out this little bag and it still got like maybe 100 bands. You know what I'm saying? He got some cash on him. And some dude was like, "Yo, where's the other bag that you know what I mean?" He's like, "Yo, today I'm doing light," and it's like, "Yo, Mayweather, you gotta stop trying to floss for these folk, man. They don't give a damn, man. They make fun of you with the reading ish and all that other stuff allegedly. You know what I'm saying? What up, Darius? What's poppin', boy? Sorry, I can't really. Yo, them shades is really helping me, man. I can't really, you know what I mean? This shit is long distance thing. Good looking, Darius. Good looking, everybody. Once again, my audio's good. Just I hope it is. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. You live above your means, man. That's not a good look. And once again, you know what I mean? That's what's up, Darius. Nobody gives a damn. Like for real, man. Nobody cares what you're wearing. Nobody cares what you're driving. Like on some real, you know what I mean? Good looking, Darius. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are interested. People wonder how do you keep it up, right? Like there's an interest in that. But, as long as I've been 44 and living, um,
is a sad thing in humanity where folks sit around just to wait for your downfall. And I wish I was around Mayweather to tell him, man, yo, you touch, yo, he was like in the billions, man. That man touched some money. And mind you, he's been doing this for about, let's say, like 30 years, man. He's been like wilding out and shit, 20 years. You know what I'm saying? But you should have took some Pacquiao notes, man. You should have took some, you should have took some Lalo notes instead of that mansion. You should have bought a little area, for your peoples, man. Like that's what happens with generational wealth. It ends up getting spent on non items that have no value. You know what I mean? And it's dependent on the person buying, right? So if it's supply demand, if you have somebody willing to buy that car, then that car is going to be a good flip. That watch is going to be a good flip. But if estimate in 10, 15 years, if things stay on this trajectory, yo, bro, nobody's going to have money for nothing. So all them watches, all that cars, you know what I mean? You can drive one car at a time. When you get into 10 and 20, it's a waste. Yo, I gotta go see you Monday. Yo, Ethan, have a great day, man. Have a good weekend. Go to class, do your thing, man. Peace. But yeah, man, it's always like that. Um, like, and then who are you impressing? Like what? You once again you trying to shit on a particular sector? Are you just trying to be like ball up flexing? You know what I'm saying? Because when you think about it, how many times you see a millionaire or like one of these rappers go, yo, I bumped into this like billionaire or nigga that got real money and he don't dress like this and he don't drive like this. He maybe got one good car and maybe not even. I heard fucking Bill Gates was riding around in like a Prius or some shit. So, you gotta respect money. If you buy the latest car, what's gonna happen next year? Next year, right? If you plan like that, then you be like, look, I don't need this Ferrari this year, but the one they dropping in 2030, I'll wait for that one. Like, dang, do your due diligence, do your homework. You know what I mean? Yup, and phase two recognition. If you have warrants, you're going to jail. That's a fact, man. If you have warrants, if you have any of that nonsense, man, you out of here, man. And that's why I told folks to always deal with what needs to be dealt with. You know what I'm saying? Get your paperwork done. You know what I mean? I just happened to fall in the line. I remember, like, if it wasn't for I guess my social, yo, man, my mom's, she named me Jose. You know what I mean? Let me just say that. And there's like a billion. Like, I'm like, yo. But, yeah, man, you just gotta make sure you do what you do, man. You know what I mean? I remember one time we got pulled over and the cop was like, yo, you gotta, something because of a seatbelt. And I'm like, what? I went to court. I was like, yo, and it's a weird system that you'll go to court and they'll dismiss it. They just want to see activity. They just want to, you know what I'm saying? And it was their fault anyway because he messed up. That's another thing, everybody. If you get a ticket, make sure the information on that ticket is the information that reflects your ID or so forth or the crime at in order. Because if they mess up anything on that joint, man, that shit get dismissed, man. Good looking Darius, 50 different patents controlling everything. Some cars are already secretly being recorded. Yeah, man. And yo, when I saw so I always loved Tesla, right? Like that power, and I'm talking about the real Tesla, not the car, right? So when you find out he died and he was just like in a hotel, and they took all his, blueprints and various paperwork, and after that, a couple of years later, the patent tree on various things that connect to free energy are bought or owned. So you have to literally, like a lot of times people be like, oh, just invent something. No, it doesn't just work like that. If somebody owns a patent, let's say you trying to invent something and you need a straw, you need a metal straw, and for some reason somebody owns a patent on metal straws in that type of chemical format, whatever, right? You could try to make one out of gold or whatever, try to go around the system, but he owns that patent. Now you can't. So the government is wild, man. And let me not even say that, man. Let me whatever is wild, man, because like when I saw the certain patents that like I say, that connect the dots to certain other areas that could give us, free energy and free resources, is bugged out, bro. You know what I mean? That's why another thing when folk do create shit, stuff like that, you find them, gone. They disappeared out of this earth. You heard? Just be careful, man. Uh, don't forget to look at, I was gonna say Ford bought 50. Yeah, man. The kill switch, okay, I'm catching up. No problem, Darius. As long as the audio's good, as long as I'm, you know what I mean, you guys can hear me. Once again, I apologize for the setup, you know what I mean, but outside is getting hot side. And I think that was another thing that was affecting my, you know what I'm saying, the way I was maneuvering was like that shit is hitting me in the back of my head, and I'm over here, you know what I'm saying, coming off the top of the dome, just trying to, you know what I mean, do my due diligence. But what up, folk? What up, everybody? Hope everybody doing good. Zay dollar random. The fuck going on? You already know how we giving it up, man. And thank you for rocking with me once again. Thanks for the thumbs up. You know what I'm saying? We 15 minutes in, and yeah, I apologize for the lateness and shit like that. But we in here, man. We in the building, man. And there's like always a lot to discuss, man. I'm just gonna put that phone over there, kicking my feet up. But yeah, man, it's a bugged out earth, man. But once again, man, do not think that good looking Darius. Do not think that you're going to motherfucking impress somebody, man. Just because you got a car, just because you got a new outfit, just because you got some jewelry hanging from your neck, just because the real wealth is 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 years from now. Hey, yo, what up, Black? What's poppin', man? How you doing, B? Salute, salute, pa. The real, I always said, I don't even think they say the story anymore about the rabbit and the turtle. You know what I mean? I don't know if you see the loophole why I always post like turtle dreams, but besides the Ninja Turtles, it's like that story used to ring to me, man. You know what I mean? Like, yo, the turtle, even in its slow and methodic nature of going about the race, ended up winning because the rabbit gassed out and and the turtle just kept on its pace. And that's the true nature of that story was stay on your own pace. Stop matching with, yo, I understand. So some guys is 28. He got more paper than me. Yes. Some dude is 68, got more paper than, right? I don't like to compare. You know what I'm saying? I never like to do that. It's on your pace. You know what I mean? Sometimes you a little bit, it is what it is. You late to the party, but I feel like God always has you where He wants you, right? So that story always rang to me. My mom used to be like, "Yo, pa, don't worry, man. You got a 70. Tranquilo, pa. Next test, you'll get the 100. You'll get the 90. You know what I mean? I was always like a weird perfectionist, always too hard on myself. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I mean? Yeah, man, that shit was fucking crazy when I always used to like, word, man, the turtle really won that joint, man. And that's because he was, on his joint, man. He didn't worry about nobody else. I remember in the cartoon, the rabbit would like laugh the nigga and come around and be like, yo, what up, son? Yeah, you alright, man? Look at you, slow motherfucker. You know what I mean? And then, you know what I mean? And then at the end of the joint, it's like, yeah, you know what I mean? You know who won that one. But what up, everybody? Good looking on the thumbs up. I'm sorry, I'm trying to, you know what I mean? I'm gonna get shit back in order. That's my phone ringing in. Yeah, moolah, money don't mean nothing if your body and spirit isn't right, and that's a fact, man. Imagine that you got all the money in the world and can't even can enjoy it. That's another thing, folks. Yes, get to the bag, but also understand that bag is being spent in that time frame, right? So whatever money let's say whatever money you get into is the money that you're gonna be using in that frame, man. But also understand life goes on and they're gonna have different chunks, different frames. That's why I think more folks are actually like, either burying money or, they're just not trusting banks like, whatever, man. I'm just talking, man. While your audio see this damn thing, man, I'm gonna have to go to the
Alright, let me know if it got better, man. Cause I try to do the glasses, man. Do you still your parents? Nah, man. This is me and my wife right here, man. And then back home, I was, staying with my mans in Pennsylvania. You know what I'm saying? We were trying to get cribs out there. But what up, though? What up, y'all? How y'all doing, man? But good looking Black. I was asking them if the audio was right, man, cause the glasses, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, motherfucking. Yeah, dog, I'm 44, man. It's better. Thank you, everybody. Good looking, nene. I tried, man. I really did. You know what I'm saying? Like, I saw it was getting to like 10 something. I went, got the other phone. You know what I'm saying? Try to charge that motherfucker up. You know what I'm saying? You know? But, yeah, man. That do sound better. Good looking, Black. Good looking, everybody. What up, though? What's going on, Buster? What up, Clat? What up, Black? What up, Nene? Hope everybody doing good. Chilling, chilling. You know what I'm saying? And, yeah, man. Once again, Nas did what he had to do for that casino. You know what I'm saying? So, but it bugs me out because now I'm like, yo, you know how many families you might destroy? Because gambling is a bad epidemic. And now this shit is down the block from folk. It's like, what? But yeah, man, what up, though? What's going on, Buster? Good, good, good. I don't know how that works, man. I always subscribe to everybody that subs to me, man. You know what I'm saying? What's going on? What's going on, y'all? Oh, who that? I can't. Yo, Marshall, what up? Is that Marshall? I'm sorry. But what up, Marshall? What up, Tony? That's what's up, everybody. I hope everybody doing good, though. You know what I mean? Yeah, nigga, call me French Montana. What up, OG? I hope you and your family stay blessed, man. But what up, though, man? Like I said, I hope everybody good, maintaining. It's that Friday. We gonna hit that weekend. I don't know what you guys got, you know what I'm saying, lined up. I hope you guys do something fun and just, you know, or just stack that paper or just, you know, stay in the crib and just get your mind right. Whatever you got, you know, planned for this weekend, don't be too hard on yourself. Just let it happen. There's another weekend coming up. You know, I used to love that FOMO shit, right? Like I used to be working, right? So I did 9 to 5 and then 5:30 to 1 in the morning. And then folks was like, yo, Saturday, yo, son, we going out, nigga. And I'm like, I work Sunday though. You know what I mean? So it was a sacrifice, but I'm telling you, I didn't miss out on that much. You know what I mean? Just a lot of, you know, dancing and drunkenness, but it's cool. It's cool. You know what I mean? Life goes on. But what up, y'all? I hope everybody good, man. And thank you for rocking with Zay Dollars, a dollar random, where we talk our ish on this side, and we just have a good time, man. But yeah, man. Santa Susana, what up? That's what's up, Santa Susana. How you doing? I hope everything good, man. That sounds like a cool little spot. I ain't gonna lie. Yo, co-host, how are people gambling in this economy? Can we all chime in on that? Yeah, man. Like, you know, the hope and the that's why I think gambling is bugged out because of that hope. And, you know, it's not even a saying about you know, rookies or first timers always win big because I think they with the facial recognition, I think everything lines up and they go boop boop. Yep, this person never gambles really. Let's hit them with like a quick 200, 300, and then we'll reel them in. You know what I mean? With a comped room, with a like you get the comp buffet. And shout out to buffets, man. What happened to buffets, man? Buffets used to be fun, man. Just going down the line of every food, you know what I mean, imaginable. Damn, man. I gotta get things right, man. I gotta get things right, man. Let me figure this out, please, man. Let me figure this out. Okay, 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 okay. Boom, boom, boom. Dun, 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 dun. Damn, it's gonna really fall though, man. And this goblet is like such a freaking little goblet, man. Yo, iPhone, yo, why do companies make the goblet so little, man? You know what I'm saying? Like, but we're gonna figure this out. We're gonna figure it out. We got it. We got it. We got it, Zay. We got to. This is supposed to be one of them little jacks, but of course, you know, iPhone wants to make it like a C at the end. You know, not that many boxes have that C shit. Whatever. But yeah, man. Folks barely paying mortgages. Yeah, man. It is bugged out though. Like they and you think about the perfect timing award. Like yo, you building that instead of homes, instead of shelters. You're building a casino. and it's something that isn't good. Like society says, like we got psychologists, psychologists, like all type of, high end, people, ologists, and let me just say, that be telling you, yeah, gambling is not that, good for your mind, man. It's not good for the family. You know what I'm saying? A lot of like crooked shit. People are pouring in shit. People are using, the kids' tuition, or like the rent that was supposed to be. Yo, don't worry. I'm gonna take this 9,000 and I'm gonna flip it, and we're gonna have that and some. And it never works that way, man. And I think sometimes it does. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? I got friends that tell me, good stories, but I don't think that's all the time, man. I really don't think that's all the time. I think we're gonna do one of these jammies. We're gonna put this on this, and I'm gonna do Indian style. We're gonna sit on the floor, y'all. That's it. Tranquilo sauce, man. Whatever we gotta do for the stream, man. I'm trying, man. I'm trying, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I really am. This shit gets, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, you know what I mean? But I'm trying. I'm trying to get shit, you know what I mean, in order. I'm trying to make things more, they say you gotta, bounce around and do different shit, you know what I mean? So, I'm understanding. I really wasn't a computer guy. I don't know algorithms. I don't know none of this, you know what I'm saying? So bear with me, and I appreciate everybody, man. Yup, good looking black. Yo, thank you, G Sing, Jing Sang. Yo, thank you so much, man. Corvettes are really dope, man. Shout out to Nan. She got a really dope addition, man. Buy electric cars. Yeah, I got you, Steve. Yo, good looking on everybody giving me the thumbs up. Thank you, everybody, for, you know what I'm saying? Just like chilling with me, you know what I mean? Yeah, yo, Steven, I'm telling you, there is a flip, Steven. I promise you there is, man. They are folks that know the system or know the game and know how to win. You know what I mean? But to the fish, when I'm a poker guy, Texas Hold'em. We call them fish. When the fish come and we know you're coming, we going, you know what I'm saying, take that pockets. And it's funny because poker is the only poker, and I think, blackjack and certain games are games that like you have to attack your opponent, right? Roulette is like more of a lucky random, you know what I'm saying? Yo, Nene, that's so sad, man. Cause I don't know if you guys know, but I remember when I was about 8 years old, and my parents would leave on a Friday and come back on a Thursday, or the whole on a Sunday, the next Sunday, cause they keep comping him. And his favorite game was dice. He used to love dice. You know what I mean? Nah, Incubus. But yeah, man, he used to love dice, man. And craps they called it, and he used to win big. You know what I mean? If you had somebody that had a good roll and not got that 7 or 11, yo, I'm telling you, you can make some paper. And Steven, you are right. You know what I mean? There are, you know what I mean? Thank you, Darius. Thank you for that. Yeah, man. If he does a picture for me, man, that's dope, man. Yeah, B, let's eat him up. Good looking, then. Good looking mods. Mod. What up, y'all? But yeah, man, I always remember that, man, going, and then like, during the weekend, the arcades are filled up, right? Because, people go into Atlantic City. But then Monday, Tuesday, it was like a couple of kids of the parents that were really, not degenerate, but yeah, you know what I mean? Like gambling too much, right? And, yeah, man. Yo, Cheeseburger, I would love to do that one day, Cheeseburger. You already, man. Good looking black. But yeah, man, I would love to do that dirt bike ish. You know what I mean? Dirt bikes are dope as hell too, man. And for, for the way gasoline is going, I'm glad you got a dirt. You know what I'm saying? Bro, wear them glasses, my gang. I know. I know, man. I got the shades over there, man. I couldn't connect it to the, you know what I mean? I couldn't connect it, man. I tried, you know what I mean? And I don't want to just wear them just to, I really was wearing them for the audio, you know what I'm saying? But what up, Cheeseburger? Good looking, man. For real, salute to you, man. But thank you, Cole. Thank you, Cole. You know what I'm saying? I got the high eyes, right? Like, word. And you can see my injuries more, you know what I mean? But, yeah, I'm trying to grow the scruffaluvicus. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I'll get the glasses going tomorrow. I mean on Monday. I might do one tomorrow because I'm but wow, that's gangster. And yo, remember, and that was another thing. Like gambling was gambling back then, but the thing, like the money was like folk had money, right? So gambling was able to succeed, and we succeed too. But yeah, you could win some big joints. And I remember when football would come, and my dad used to be like, he used to put money in this thing, and they'll give him two numbers, right? 4 and 3, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Whatever team. And if at the end of the quarter you had like a 4 or 3, whatever, you know what I'm saying? You won. But yo, gambling, I ain't going to knock on it. You know what I'm saying? I'm a good man. Hope everything is good with you too, brother. Yeah, you too, Cheeseburger. Salute to you, man. Thank you for that one, man. Nah, Cole, I got you, my Jeezy. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it was always like that joke. You gang banging on bacon. Like sometimes you gotta like there's a time and a place for all that activity. You know what I mean? And I'm in my crib dolo. I'm not going. "Hey, yo, what up? Yo, what up, gang?" But good looking, Cole. Good looking. Yeah, get that energy up. I feel you. Let's take it outside, then, Cole. Let's go outside, nigga, like old school, nigga. 3 o'clock, Cole. Let me smoke a little stogie though, and then we'll come back inside. But yeah, man, good looking on that, man. You know what I'm saying? Keep me on my toesy ozies. But yeah, man, I'm happy. Everybody happy. We're chilling. We're having a good conversation. And yeah, man, once again, be careful with the gambling. If you do make money off of it, that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? And yo, now, you could gamble off your phone, so you don't even have to go anywhere. That's the creepy part to me, is literally you could just, when you see steak and all them joints, yo, I forgot like those games, like we outside. You heard what's going on, Cheeseburger? That's what's up, man. You from New York? Yeah, born and raised in Brooklyn, New York, man. But right now I'm in Cali. What up? How you doing, Beats? Hope you and the family good, man. But yeah, man. What is your best song by Drake? I'm gonna go Silent. That song Silent, Silent Hours or some shit. It's on his album with the girl with the teeth. It's dope. I like that one. But what up, everybody? Hope everybody doing good. Good looking, Beats. I hope you're doing good, man. For real, for real. Yeah, man, I'm 44, man. I was actually around when my little ass was in the mirror trying to do moonwalking and all his stuff. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, Michael Jackson, he is the king of pop. And when they delegated that name, like that joint to him, I didn't see him as a kid, but you know what I'm saying? He definitely, he earned that, man. And like what a great artist, overall person. You know what's funny? Motherfuckers try to downplay Michael. What would you do with if you had all that money? Buy a chain and a new whip every fucking 3 months, or turn your house into a great adventure? I say turn my crib into great adventure. You heard? Yo, even R. Kelly had like a rainforest and his shit. You know what I'm saying? So a couple of folk I like look up Tracy Morgan and aquarium tanks. He loves his aquariums, man, and he spends all type of money. You know what I mean? He has like a shark tank outside. Shout out to Tracy Morgan, man. He's spending his money wisely. Great adventure, word, right? Right, Cheeseburger? What they called it, the Neverland Ranch. Like his joint was like he had a roller coaster, a train that went through his crib. Like, what? That's fun. That's fun, man. Exactly. You know what I mean? What would you want? All these fake paintings of people you think you know and all this. My man had monkeys, fucking, I don't know, man. That crib must have been fun as hell if you was like from, the age of 8 all the way to like 60. Good looking big, good looking big. Yes, he did, Nene. That's another thing I don't see that the news would promote. A lot of charities, a lot of countries. He helped get wells going and built this and yo. But shout out to Mike, man. You could always, count on Mike to have a great conversation. You know what I'm saying? But once again, you know what I mean? Just so the shit don't die. I'm gonna get shit back in order on Monday, don't worry. Nope, I don't know who that is, Cynthia. But what's up, Cynthia? How you doing, man? Hope everybody doing good once again, man. But yeah, man. Like, to the kids that don't know nothing about Mike, man, look that man up, man. That dude has some ill, you know what I mean? He has some ill, work, body of work. And what they call that, like timeless music, what's up, what's up? Thoughts on Grabber with gas. Oh my God, man. What do you mean, Grabber? Thoughts on Grabber with gas? Oh, I got you, Robert. Honestly, man, that whole Grabber look, I don't think kids should be doing it, man. Because if you know what Grabber is, it's like, tar, it's like burnt up cigarettes. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, I forgot what they burned, but I remember it's like I used to go to this smokehouse, right? The smoke shop in New York, right? Dope spot, by the way. Had arcades. I show videos with the lizard. It was dope with the dogs. You know what I mean? But long story short, my man would have all these Fanta leaves, and he'll dry them out and then cut them and then burn them and then sell them as grabba. You know what I'm saying? So grabba is a weird one, man. But what up, Robert? Yeah, yeah. Too much maintenance. I mean, if you got the bread, you know what I'm saying? But it is. It's a costly, and I see what you're saying. Like, like Tracy, you ain't get that much Walmart money. You know what I'm saying? Be careful, pa, because if you're taking care of those fish need. I remember he said he had an octopus in the living room, and he was like, every week we got to give it two lobsters. I'm like, yo, Tracy, yo, come out there, man. But I hope he's still doing shows or something. He's still getting his paper somehow, man. Because whoa, Lee, man, if you don't know, man, uh, you know, doing that whole yeah, doing the whole aquarium setup. And I know I'm talking about low base models where your titi had, a bunch of fish in a little box aquarium, and she had the bubbler to try to clean it. But you know what I mean? If you don't have somebody, or if you don't know how to really clean the tank, man, thank God they got vacuums and all type of, little joints. Yeah, Cynthia, and I hope you do. You know what I mean? Because I think in today's world, I think a lot of us are holding in emotion. I think it's time to let it out. I think it's okay to cry. I think it's okay to smile and laugh and bug out and just you know what I mean? Just give it a ah. You know what I mean? Because a lot of folk are just, the pain and just like the everyday constant, paying for this and that and, all of this stuff. At least Michael Jackson, even in death, is still putting smiles on millions of people's faces. And I love that. You know what I mean? Yo, Herbs. And I believe you, Herbs. 80 gallon? God damn, Herbs. Yo, shout out to you. Thanks for rocking in my channel. I think I seen you, but what up, Herbs? Salute to you, man. But yeah, Herbs, that is funny as hell, man. More than the whip, right? More than the whip. But yeah, man, a lot of these exotic fishes, a lot of these tanks need salt water. A lot of these tanks need, and fish are, the sliminess, the swampiness they make the tank into. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. I would imagine, man. So yeah, if you don't know, in the late 80s, 90s, I used to go to a lot of people's houses and they always had fish tanks, and a lot of folks had birds too. A lot of canaries, a lot of parrots, a lot of, a lot of, like, it was wild, like ferrets. I knew a lot of people that own ferrets. So in like the 90s, and a lot of folks was trying to get them. Remember the dude in Harlem that had a tiger in his apartment? So a lot of folks was trying to have exotic creatures, you know what I mean? Yeah, word, what up, Herbs? After a year, salute, man. But that year, you know what I'm saying? You probably got some, dope ass pics and shit. But yeah, man, it probably cost, man. It really did, man. And then you said 80 gallons, B? But what up, folk? How you, man? Hope everything good. Stay blessed, Herbs. Good looking on, rocking with this channel, man. It's $8, random. We need Rick James in the Rick James, bitch. Shout out to Rick James. Yo, and we didn't even know how cool it was that Dave Chappelle had Rick in the show. You know what I'm saying? In that little segment. And it gave him like a little second wind, and then, rest in peace. But yeah, man, shout out to Rick James, man. Guinea pigs, that's fire. Turtles and 2 fish tanks. Ay, ay, ay. Glad they grown. So you definitely, you see, and in that sentence, all that I took from that was mama made sure, the kids was, they got what they, you know what I'm saying, childhood, you know what I'm saying? Like you can't knock it, you know what I mean? But at least you did it, you know what I'm saying? Because it's very hard to upkeep, just a dog and a cat, let alone the fish, the guinea pig, the turtles. Turtles are cool, you know what I'm saying? They stink like a mother sucker though. Can we all, yo, I had a turtle, one of them Asian ladies, they had the little baby turtles. I'm like, yo, ma, let me get, please, man. She was like, all right, $20, let's get it. What type of food is this? All right, whatever. Yo, no lie, man. We had to get a tank because that little thing turned into a monster, man. Slow, but he stunk up. You had to immediately clean. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to that turtle, man. Shout out to that turtle, man. Big, huge shout out. Good looking, good looking. But yeah, man, shout out to MJ, man. He really is. He's something that, a lot of folks didn't understand him at the time. And of course, the sheeple effect, I call it, is very easy to jump down somebody's throat when when you feel like that team is winning. You know what I mean? And I don't like that we do that to celebrities and people that at one minute we call them the great, and then the next we gonna just, throw ish on their name. It's not cool, man. You know what I mean? And I understand that's life, and it has its pitfalls. But damn, man, we did that to Mike. Like what? And I liked a lot of us wasn't going for it. A lot of us was like, nope, nope, nope. But yeah, man. Count to 190. I got you. I got you. I saved the turtles from the middle of the road and named him Trent. Shout out to you, man. That's fire, man. Keep up the bad work, bro. Good looking, Vaughn. Good looking, Xavier. Ooh, cheeseburger. That's what's up. Yeah, remember that? MJ. Yo, a lot of folks don't even remember. Didn't MJ do like the Wizard of Oz or some shit? Remember? Like, MJ was doing a lot of like wild stuff, man. Shout out to MJ, man. Yeah, man. This world, like, and that's another thing I try to like think about is like, what is the psychosis or the psychology of people? It's almost like when you're stoning somebody in the square or the Coliseum. It's like, how did this person who entertained you at one point is now a villain in your book, right? Like, how do we, quickly just, can, bat an eye and just like, yeah, this is what this person did and just shit on them, you know what I'm saying? But, sometimes it's hard to stick on your guns and be like, yo, I still like Mike, you know what I'm saying? A lot of folk, be D-riding. They just be wish-washy with how they feel about Mike. But I tell you this, in the 2000s and 90s, a lot of people were calling that man, a bad name, you know what I'm saying? Word, word. What up, Lord Drip? How you, man? That's a fact. MJ was in Men in Black. If you don't know, Men in Black with mother sucking Will Smith, you know what I'm saying? And if you don't know the co-star he was working with, you know, in that realm was a real dude. You know what I'm saying? So it was actually a privilege for them two to be working together on Will's part too. Like, you know, if he looked at acting like that. But I forgot the guy's name, but that guy was a big guy, you know what I'm saying, that did good movies. Follow Jesus Christ. You're right, man. Amen. Amen. Thank you, Black. That's a fact, right, Ned? Yeah. And yo, I just saw a documentary or somebody putting stuff together about Diana Ross and Michael MJ, how they had a little cool little thing going on. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to MJ, man. You know, when I said that in the last video, he liked the royalty. He liked, you know, dope women. And, you know what I'm saying? He didn't just sleep with anything that moved. You know what I'm saying? Even though, you know, MJ, they were throwing all type of joints at him. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, he liked that royalty, older, you know what I'm saying? The refined. Yo, Package, everybody in the room, give it up for Package. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna hold you, Bob. Salute, man. 7 years, man. Don't, you know, mess that up. But salute to you, man. 7 years. Shout out to you, Package. You know what I mean? I know, called him ugly. He wasn't. Yeah, his pops is yo Dawn. We all know the Papa wasn't a good dude, man. But you know what I mean. The Papa is weird. It's almost like I don't even want to say that, but it's like, you know, there was certain cultures that whatever the end thing was, it was like there was no battling it, right? Like, so yeah, kids were getting beat and demolished, man. You know what I'm saying? And it was just the thing. But yeah, congrats. Shout out to you, Pac. That's what's up, everybody. You know what I mean? And that, yo, folk don't understand, man. When folks say things like that, I don't play with it because I know this world, man. I'm at all spectrums of it. You know what I'm saying? And I see the pain. I see the hurt in folk eyes. I see the pain when, you know, I like to give dollars to homeless vets and shit like that, right? I see the pain, man. Like, yo, I'm just trying to survive, B. And I don't know how to. I don't know how to talk. I don't know how to release this energy, this anger, or whatever this emotion is in me to justifiably, you know, get back on course. I'm just a broken person right now. So I understand, man, that this world could really break you, man. You know what I mean? It really can. But shout out to folks that, you know what I mean? We climb up on that mountain and wave that flag like, yo, hold this L, man. You ain't gonna break me. You ain't breaking us, you know what I mean? But congrats, Package. Nah, Cynthia, we already know, man. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Joe, like, yo, I always go to flip side. But then, would they be a Michael, right? I know that he didn't have his childhood and he acted, you know, weird. You know, not weird, but he would, you know, he didn't grow. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, the person he made was a Michael Jackson. I know fathers that beat kids and they made jailbirds and killers. You know what I'm saying? So shout out, like look, I'm not saying shout out. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just like, yo, it is what it is, right? Like we can't go back and grab that hand. You know what I'm saying? Like on some, like take a DeLorean and go kick that door down and Joe, what you doing, Joe? Nigga, I got him, son. Yeah, that accident, man. Yo, that accident, folk don't understand. We just talked about it, man. The Pepsi, that giant explosion, man, blew half the man's face off, man. Melted. And folks don't understand when it comes to fire and like this is cartilage. So you know all this. You ever see why when you see a skeleton, it's always a hole in the eyes and the nose, and everything else is the skeleton? Because these things are like that's it. They out of here, man. This little cartilage shit. So that shit blew his mask off, man. It's messed up, man. MJ, you know what I mean? And then we get mad when he was like, you know, he was two different colors. So he went with the, you know, I gotta go bleach this. You know, I don't think there was, you could dye his shit. You know what I'm saying? So he bleached it and folk got mad and he still was giving us hits. You know what I'm saying? He still was hitting us. Like I said, that pyramid joint, woo! Yo, his hair had so much flammable. MJ! Nigga, wild with the Jerry Curl juice. That shit, a little spark went. Yo, get this shit off, nigga. Fucking Jerry Curl Juice, nigga. I wonder if he sued and won or some shit. I don't know. Whatever. Shout out to MJ, man. Jerry Curl Juice. I'm gonna have a shirt that says Jerry Curl Juice. MJ, no, nigga. If I could go back and be like, write a letter. You remember Deja Vu, where the whole thing in that movie was you couldn't go back in time, but you could write letters to yourself? I'll be like, yo, MJ, man, just no juice today, man. No. But cause yo, if folks don't understand the 80s, man, yo, I had a cousin, right? And this is the Jersey girl, right? So my cousins in Jersey, like, so these two girls, right? But they be in the bathroom. I'm a little boy. Shh. And their hair was like that 80s. I don't know if y'all remember, like 88, 87. Like your hair was like very, I'm over here 5 years old, but they shit was like do 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 do. So yeah, man. Shout out to MJ, man. Yo, I didn't even know that. So he caught the Millie, and can we admit a million back then was like what? So shout out to MJ, man. He did a lot of, you know what I mean? It's just like Black said, man. A lot of folks ain't appreciate him when he was living, man. I just hate it when. That's why, like I tell you guys, I'll give you your flowers now. I'll give you your flowers now while you breathing. I don't want to give it to you when you're gone, so you don't know that you was doing good or you bless me. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, Black? Let your soul glow, yo, Black, yo, and folk, that shit went on. It almost, I caught it, yo. Good looking, man. Word, word, man. They messed up the cybernetics, went off too soon. Six take. I know, man, and it's foul, man, because you're just doing this commercial, and it's not even, and like it's just, at the time celebrities were just bouncing around, and like, but damn, man, just that one action, isn't that wild? That's why I told folk, yo, that place, that time, it just, you know what I mean? It's like that quickly, you know what I mean? Word. I felt that too. That's that slow glow joint. But yeah, man, it's bugged out, you know what I mean? I hate to add comedy, but comedy always made me deal with situations a little bit better, you know what I'm saying? But it's always good to laugh. It's always good to, cry too. But you know what I mean? I come up from In Living Color, Dave Chappelle, Mad TV. It was cool to laugh, man. It was cool to laugh at shit, Motherfuckers Jamie Foxx used to do Mike Tyson jokes, and, they used to do MJ jokes. You know what I mean? I remember when Dave Chappelle did the R. Kelly joint, and everybody was still like, whoa, like, we knew it was real, but like, whoa. And then it was like, yo, shout out to Dave. And yo, I heard an interview that Dave Chappelle said he might bring back Dave Chappelle show. That'd be fire. This economy, this time needs comedy the most, man. Crazy, right, Cheeseburger? Hey, man, what's going on, Kieran? How you doing? Hope everything good in your life, man. Psst, rarely do you see anybody come out unscathed. That's why, like, sometimes, like, I always reflect on the non-monetized, just being you, the dedication, and just the consistency that I put in. I'm sitting on the goddamn floor just to charge this joint, you know what I'm saying? And I had, like, it's just, it is what it is. But yeah, when you get famous, some folk want to be famous and not understand the repercussions and the things that come with that, man. It can break folk. That's why a lot of famous, not a lot, but famous folks do drugs, man. Thank you, Karen. That's what's up, man. Dawn, because that like, just like the saying the good die young, and there's certain sayings, that 27 Club, that includes Jimi Hendrix, Nirvana, Amy Winehouse, Janis Joplin, so many famous people, and they just felt like there was like a curse or something with that, you know what I mean? And it just became a thing, the 27 Club. And it's sad that, in our day, 27 seems so old, you know what I mean? Like, and just to think, that's just, you're a puppy at 27. You don't even know what you truly, you know what I mean? Like 27. And then like it just burns, man. It burns that this world or this movie, whatever this thing is that we're living, seems to always take people that I like. I like their music. I like what they bring to the table, and they always get taken out. And I know that's a sentiment feeling with a lot of us. Like you find an artist you like, and then they get murdered or something, and you're like, damn, it is what it is, man. Jim Morrison, thank you, Cheeseburger. If you don't know who Jim Morrison is, man, that's the Doors, baby. Ones we think aren't on drugs are. That's a fact, Nene. You see the Rolling Stones joint, you know. And that's another thing. It was cool when you were in the 90s and 2000s to like have a different ear for a lot of different sounds, you know what I mean? So I was like Pearl Jammin', um, Bjork, Cranberries, Tori Amos, Dave Matthews Band, um, Nirvana, you know, like Tricky did it like a lot of jungle bass, boom 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 boom. Like Tricky was a good one. There was so many artists to like. REM. You know what I'm saying? Color Me Bad. You know what I mean? There's so many cool groups that gave us cool singles, man. But word, man, that Doors movie was cursed. I was ready to drive off the bridge after seeing it. No way. Shout out to, and that was a good, he looked like him, right? Shout out to the Doors, man. Yeah, what's up, Samantha? Hi, Samantha. Good looking for that one, Cheeseburger. Nice alley-oop, man. But word, man, the Doors. And as a kid, I didn't grow through it, but I always heard the Doors, man. Always, you know what I mean? Shout out to, what was that shit with Fred Savage? That was my show, man. I don't know why every time I think about the Doors, I think about that show. Wonder Years. Shout out to Wonder Years, man. Word, man. The Wonder Years was like based off of like, 70s, 80s, right? Something like that. But yeah, the Wonder Years was a great show. Shout out to Fred Savage, man. I think he's still doing good too, financially. Wonder Years, Nene. Yeah, what up, y'all? Wonder Years, man. Y'all don't, yo, I'm telling you, I have a theory about time, about everything. Remember, we used to run life via almost scheduled. So everything was scheduled. Remember I said this in another video, like, from 4 or 5 to 6 was news. From was this one. If you wanted to, you go in the TV guide, you could literally see a show on Wednesday when it was gonna air and where your ass needed to be to watch that show. You know what I'm saying? So it was very scheduling, very orderly, very disciplined, right? And now it's just chaotic, you know what I mean? You could watch a show in one day, you know what I'm saying? Because of Netflix, you know what I'm saying? So it broke down this weird thing that we had. But I liked it. I liked that, knowing that, you know what I'm saying, at 5:30 was, you know what I mean? Winnie Cooper was the girl's character. She was a doll. That's a fact, man. Yo, Wonder Years was dope. Wonder Years was dope. Once again, like I said, Fred Savage, a little kid, growing up in the family, growing up in a world that you don't know, you know what I'm saying, left to right, and he's learning, and, you see the same mistakes, fights in school, things like that, lying, and things you don't want to do, because you saw the consequence on screen. But Wonder Years was a bugged out show. I don't even think it had like, did it have a story, or it was just like, I don't know. But Saved by the Bell. I used to love, Saved by the Bell. I don't know why when I was little, I was like, when I grow up, I want to be in a cafeteria with all my friends like that. And then when we did grow up, we had like a little spot that, everybody went to. But yeah, man, shout out to TV, man. TV raised, I saw a thing about like, they talk about the effects of phones and what, these apps are doing to kids now, but they never bring up the effects that TV did to us, man. That TV had a lot of power on a lot of kids growing up, man. You know what I mean? Every show had a positive message, man. Growing pains, family ties, you know what I'm saying? Full House. Shamar? Nah, talk to me. Does anybody remember that? But I do remember like a lot of cool shows, man. Good Times, Sanford and Son. You know what I mean? Like the group. Oh, no, I don't, Dawn. I'm gonna look that up though. If anybody knows, but I will look it up. Is that Shalimar? I'm trying to see. Is that a T? Shalimar, right? I'm gonna look it up. Shalimar. I look up Shalimar. Probably has good music. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. My mom's used to be like, "Yo, listen to Janis Joplin," and I did, and I was like, "Yo, this lady could sing." You know, I always give everybody they just do, and then I grade them after that. I don't just take somebody's opinion and then D-Rod and be like, "Oh, I want to listen for myself," you know. But thank you, thank you, thank you. Archie, Brady Bunch, good times. Yo, Brady Bunch, let's break that one down too, man. A man divorced or whatever, woman divorced or whatever, they meet and then they bring their families together, and what a bunch they were. And they used to call it that. Yo, look at that bunch over there. You know what I'm saying? When it was more than like four, right? But yeah, the way we used our words, the way we addressed each other, the way we respected each other, it was different. You know what I mean? It really was. You know what I'm saying? And good looking on the thumbs up, everybody. Thank you for what I'm saying. Even if it's just 4 people in here, good looking. I'm just doing what I gotta do. I'm probably gonna split soon. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get things in order. This damn something bugged out here, and I'm gonna figure it out. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. You know what I mean? That's an old school singing group. They a trio. Ooh, I got the. Thank you, Black. What's going on, Yusef? Salam alaikum, alaikum salam, cuzzo. What's going on, Wallah? And 5-star. Ooh, okay, I'm gonna look those groups up, man. WF was my shit. Bret Hart, Jeff Hardy. Yeah, man. It seemed like everywhere you looked, it was some type of positive reinforcement going on. It was something telling you to do better, do good. What's going on, Juan? How you, man? The Hardy Boys. Yo, remember before the Hardy Boys, they had damn, I think wasn't Michael, damn, there was like not the Bushwhackers, but they were these dudes that used to have like the strings and shit, and they used to do flips and all type of But yeah, man, shout out to the Hardy Boys. Shout out to, damn, I forgot I used to like Ultimate Warrior was my guy. Tonight, oh, good looking, good looking. I'm gonna still look it up because sometimes words don't. But yeah. I probably heard it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I didn't though, but I definitely look it up though. Tonight is a night to remember. But what's good, Juan? What's going on? Good looking, B. Good looking cheeseburger. Thanks everybody for like the contribution and letting this shit fly. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, there was so many good shows, so much good music. You know what I mean? The Rockers with Shawn Michaels. That's why a nigga vacuum every 5 minutes. Yo, the Rockers, man. Good looking, man. Hey, what's going on, everybody? I hope everybody doing good, you know what I mean? Undertaker, Kane, Stone Cold, Mankind. Yo, and they were I knew things was changing when they went from WWF to E because of the damn foundation of like the animals or whatever. I was like, ay. Everything is, you know what I mean? And they still crushed with WWE. So thank you, Leia. But everybody was trying to make money, like off of everything. But yeah, man, there was something about the Rockers just flying, and the costumes were dope. Remember that we used to have like almost like country versus country, so we had like the American Sergeant Slaughter versus the Arabic dude, or it was dope, man. It was very entertaining, and we knew that's what it was. You know what I'm saying? And ain't nothing like Hulk Hogan. Legion of Doom. Yo, Juan. Legion of Doom used to kind of low-key scare me, son. When I seen them dudes, remember? And then there was a group before them, or Legion of Doom, Demolition Men. Remember? They used to have that same, like, kiss paint and, like, and I'm like, yo, get these niggas away from me. Yo, you know who I met in real life? Ho! Fucking Hacksaw Jim Duggan, man. I seen him come out of the courthouse. I was like, yo, nobody said nothing. Everybody just walking past this man. I said, yo, Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Yo, on guard. And they going like this. What up, man? How y'all doing? How y'all living, man? Hope everybody good, you know what I'm saying? but yeah, man. Uh, you know, there was something really cool about the artist, and then a lot of folks don't understand that there was this thing about even when the camera shut off, the person still try to act positive. The person still try to take a picture with you. You got a bunch of videos right now where folks show like an NBA player and some be like, "Hey, can I get your autograph?" And he just walks right past them. You know what I'm saying? So back then, folks really used to like, give you that autograph or take your picture. And back then there was no phone, so God willing, you had the Polaroid or you know what I mean. Yo, I took a picture with, you know what I mean. But what's going on, man? I'm doing good, Juan. I hope everything good. Stay blessed. Have a good weekend. Stay safe, everybody. Stay safe, everybody. Stay safe, everybody. You know what I mean? Yo, can we all agree when Stone Cold did that broken glass joint? Yo, I wanted that theme in life. Like every time I walked into like fucking the Nike store. Dun, dun, dun. Woo, nigga. Imagine that. I walk into Walmart. Yeah, son, look who it is, man. Yeah. Trying to get some toilet paper in here. But yeah, man, Stone Cold had, and that's another thing, man. The music, right? The intro, the entrance songs were just that was when you bought the video game, you used to let the computer do its thing so you can hear the song, right? Your character coming, and back then, if it was 64, you had your peoples in the crib with you so you could play. There was no internet. So man, OMG, Austin 316. When you heard that shit go, you was like, ah, ah. Your little cousin right there, you're like this, ah, ah, boosh. Your little cousin like, yo. Remember that? Like wrestling with as boys, you know what I'm saying? I bet they probably be like, yo, you guys are glazing. You guys are homo. But back then you used to wrestle and shit. And niggas used to practice, yo, off the rope. Ah, nigga. But wrestling was a very big thing in life, you know what I mean? Yo, see, Cheeseburger, I'm not lying. I am not lying, man. You know what I'm saying? No. I'm just very entertaining, my nigga. But damn, man. Thank you, pretty. But yeah, man. When your cousins came over, your best friend, you off the and folks don't understand bunk beds, right? So, rest in peace. My cousin came to live with me, so we had bunk beds. So off that top rope was for real. Bang! Oh, and as kids, we ain't know no better. Oh, that hurt, yo. You know what I'm saying? I even remember where, like, let's say there was like a pole over somebody. We would do the fake dunk shit. Oh, boom, nigga, hold it. You know what I'm saying? Let's say there's like a scaffolding, they building something or some shit, and you see that bar and your friend is walking. You like this. Hold these nuts, nigga! Hold these nuts, nigga! You know what I mean? But yeah, man. Bump beds, right? They were bunk. I said bunk. Were they bunk or bump? But yeah, man, our bunk beds looked like a fucking like a Jeep. Remember, like bunk beds, it was like a Jeep, and it had like the trunk could put your toys in it. It was cool, man. Shout out to bunk beds, man. It was bunk. Yeah, good looking. That's fire, Nene. Let's go. Bunk beds. Word. Remember bunk? And there was something about like your cousin on time, and you're like, yo, good night, man. Have a good, you know what I mean? Like, it brought you and your brother, your sister, whoever, your family. Like, bunk beds were cool, man. Stone Cold music ready yet, and I was playing with my wrestling figures, and I threw a glass to make it. Let's go, Burger. That's what's up, man. I'm telling yo, like people think you bugging out or whatever, but the influence, like this is what I'm trying to say. At the time, you didn't really understand it, but a lot of these things were very influential in our life and how we grew up and how we, we walk these damn streets. You know what I'm saying? So now that everything is in disarray and disorder, that's exactly what you're going to get out there. You're going to get baddies. You're going to get these shows that they get showing the kids now. You know what I'm saying? I wish there was more Stranger Things, have these kids do more adventures and shit, but it is what it is. Now, or yeah, it's like, yo, I want my own bedroom. Nah, nigga, back in the days, it was cool to have, cause then when your scary ass gets scared, you don't gotta run to daddy, mommy room. You could just be, with the broski, like, yeah, don't worry, man, go to sleep, man. Hit you with a bear, boom, go to sleep, nigga. But I do tell you, I don't know if we were manifesting this, but the Cuco lived in the closet, my nigga. Like the boogeyman was underneath your bed. I don't know why. Like I know now these kids don't believe in shit like that, but for some reason he really was there. I don't know why, bro. I would hear creaks, breathing. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Your mind and shit. But word, man, the Cuco was everywhere, nigga. You go into the basement, the light don't work, and your mom's like, yo, go get the thing real quick. Hurry up. You run in. Oh, shit, let me get. And you feel like something grabbing you, nigga. Get off, nigga. Get off of me. Word, word, word. But it was cool, man. I want to say like I enjoy life, you know what I'm saying, to the maximum where like when they said be a kid, I was a kid. And when you told me that it was time to grow up, then that's what I did. But until then, I was a kid, man. Like I was having fun, man. Turning off the lights and running like, yo, nigga, here, mom, yo, and it's weird, like you felt, you felt something try to grab your ankle, man. But shout out to the Cuco, man. That nigga was real, man. When we grew up, that boogeyman was really outside, man. And then he snuck in and he was underneath your bed while you slept. Word, man. I can't find my other phone, man. Oh, there you go. But yeah, man. 11:11. I love you, babe. Sorry. Turn off the lights and run it upstairs, man. Word, the alley was the. Yo, I'm telling you. Like, and collectively, I think because collectively we thought, I think we manifested some Cuco nigga, man. I think we made Slender Man for real, man. Yo, my favorite. Can we all agree, man? Once again, can we bring in Fred Savage, Monsters, man? Monsters Under the Bed, man. That movie where he went under the bed and it was like a portal to their land. And I'm like, I always had an imagination that my bed one day, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes like kids don't understand. We live bad. Parents got to hit us, and we had to be perfect. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes I used to go underneath that bed like, yo, man, please, this time is the time. I'm with the monsters. Whoa! But yeah, man, shout out to that monster movie, man. That shit was dope, man. Yo, we had a great, that's why movies hit, because we had great imagination, great directors, great minds. You know what I mean? You got to use your mind for it to work. And if you're just doom scrolling, you're not using your mind. You know what I mean? You're letting it go to waste. But yeah, man, 90s movies, that's what's wrong with these kids. Too much, they rushing to grow up. Black, let me get the makeup going. Let me get this going. You know what I mean? But it's bugged out. You know what I'm saying? It's bugged out. It's a wonderful thing though. Like I always say, like I'm so grateful that it was the 80s. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I could have, like the 70s. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that we lived at a time where people were people, people were nice, people. You gave the delivery guy $2-3, right? And he would like, yeah, thank you, man, and jump in his little car and boom, thank you for the pizza. You know what I'm saying? You had movies like Big and The Goonies and shows that always told you not to do wrong and do right. You know what I'm saying? And help each other. And we shared a lot. We cared a lot. You know what I mean? Like. You know what I'm saying? We had sleepovers. We had hot chocolate. We had fucking Nightmare Before Christmas. Our Halloweens were amazing. No gunshot, no shootouts. It was just everybody getting candy, man. Christmas, nobody asked for more than what they thought they really deserved, man. You know what I'm saying? You knew you was bad. You kind of felt it. Like I ain't gonna get shit this year. You know what I mean? I always gave water to people cutting grass. That's what's up, cheeseburger. You know, folks don't understand. Like I always say, when the camera or when nobody's looking, let's see you do that good deed. And obviously, when you do it, it's not for to feel good or like you just helping out, man. What happened to just helping out for real, man? For real, for real. Yeah, hold on. My bedroom was next to the stairs. And then they know. I was scared to go downstairs at night because too many would. Yes, man. Stephen King, Best Man. Yup. Word, Nene. 90s movies. Okay, I'm catching up. I remember Don't Look. Yup. Thank you, Nene, for the alley hoop again. Yo. Shout out to the cribs that exactly like Nan said. You open that door and the staircase was right there. Oh, Lord. Windows, the shadows, and get me out of here. You know what I mean? Bro, I felt like Christmas part. Yeah, bro, I felt that Christmas part. Yeah. Yo, Black, they really set Christmas in motion for Christmas. You was a good student because you knew it benefited you at the end of the year. Now, if you give the kid a toy, regardless of how they acted that year, the kid's gonna not act good, man. That's it. It's easier to, it was hard. It was hard to be a good student. It was hard to, when you're younger, right, with that young mind, do your homework, study for this test tomorrow, do all these things so you could, win in this world. And we've been into that program, man. And a lot of us were successful. A lot of us did the right deeds in this world. You know what I mean? Strong winds, the little branch scratching your desk so it look like a hand. Like, why does every tree look like a human at night? But yeah, man, if you had an imagination, that's another thing I think that like really like got sucked up out of everybody or the kids was imagination. You know why when our parents kicked us out to go play outside, we created all these games? The chalk game where you know, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, hopscotch, the double dutch, handball, like freeze tag. You know, when we were outside, we strove not to be bored, not to be sitting down and in the corner gloating in your own fucking nonsense. No, we were like, yo. And if you saw a kid like that, you try to, yo, you want to play? Remember that? Yo, you want to play. You sitting there, don't know, your mom's brought you to Titi's house, so it's a different park. You don't know nobody. Motherfucker says still, yo, you want to play? Yo, we playing tag, man. And then you got to know the neighborhood, you know what I'm saying? Yo, word, man. Good times, man. Good timing. No phone zone, 90s, man. And I think that was huge, man. But I feel like, you know what's weird? I always say this common thread. We had this little machine that it was like it was like a little noisemaker that some kids would bring into school, right? But we weren't sheeple, so not everybody. I know everybody owned that little thing. I know everybody had a whoopee cushion. I know everybody had like devices that we could while out in class, but we just didn't do it. We knew that there was a time and a place. This is the place to learn. This is the place that I have to put on my school like shoes on and do my school thing. Now they think it's about playing, it's about wasting time. No, and then you're gonna waste time, and guess what? You're gonna not know how to read, not know how to do 1 + 1, and be messed up in this world. But I'm just saying. I used to have burning red ants for fun until I had ice cream and they ate my ass up. Simple stuff. Yeah, people mind their business. Word up. Bro, just shut up. And yeah, thank you, Black. You always on yours, Black. You know what I mean? What up, Bully? How you doing, Bully? Welcome back, man. But yeah, man, it's like, and I know you guys, like the younger folk, get jealous. They get like a little like mad that they like the times aren't like that no more. But it's like, yo, you could get a group of folk, a group of friends, like-minded, and make it like that. I seen kids online starting to buy CDs and starting to like, get the old TV with the trend. Like, I don't know. I love it, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? We different men, different people, different everything, and I understand that, but I like to glorify or just like sometimes live in nostalgia because it was such a fun time. And like when Nene brings up these TV shows or Black brings up the Jerry Curl Juice song or like there's so much. And like when he said about the Christmas, I know he understood what I meant with the Nightmare Before Christmas and doing right in school. And there was a collective that you did that brought you to that December 24th, 25th. Like collectively, we were always just good kids. Like it really was like that for real, man. You didn't have outbursts. You know what I mean? And then the kids that you saw having outbursts in stores and shit like that, yeah, you were like, yo, that's a bad kid, man. You already knew. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, y'all. Sorry, everybody. Let me see. Back then was different. Yup, Nene, good to see you. That's what's up, bully. If I had a time machine, I'll go back to the 80s and 90s. That's a fact, Nene. I'll be right there. I still used to Walkman. Yep, I still use a Walkman. Yo, that's fire, cheeseburger. Too much of Coca-Cola, Daniel. Nobody perfect. Say no more. That's a fact, Abdul. Yallah, salam alaikum, kazo. Thank you, man. You could plug a TV in anywhere and get attendance. Yup. And just watch them cards. What up, Billy? You landed perfectly, man. Perfect. Remember, like, I forgot what game that was perfect. I'm doing good, Uncle. That's what's up. That's what's up, man. I paid $1,000,000 just to get that time back. That's a fact, Juan. Hello, hello, hello. Yeah. I got you. What's going on, Soko? You know what I mean? Illuminator, what's popping, man? Salami and bacon, man. You already know. Lakin salam, man. I got you, Illuminator. I'm still young, trying to make life better. I just, sober and in the process of making my mom trust me. Dom, it takes steps, but at least you're on a good path right now, Dom. You know? And understand, the harder the path, the better it is. A lot of folk don't understand that. Everybody wants a shortcut and easy way of life. No, the harder it is, that means you're on the right path. It sucks, yes. Some of us had to go through addiction. Some of us have to go through money issues. Some of us have to have mistakes in order to make just, in order to make the right decision, in order to do good, right? So just take it as life, man. But you're doing good, Don. What up? Going into Chuck E. Cheese was fun. It was. Chuck E. Cheese? What? The whole place, everybody bugging out. And then your mom wasn't breaking her bank. She bought a bunch of pies, the candy, all type of shit. $20, man. Rented the section for $50, 100. Like, yo, man. It was good times, though. Yeah, word. Yo, 50 cents for chips, quarter waters. You had ices for 10 cents and a quarter if you wanted a big joint, pause. Then it started being a quarter and 50 cents. You know what I mean? Remember when McDonald's had playgrounds? Yo, cheeseburger, that is wild to say that. Yes, folk. A lot of kids don't, and that's the thing. If you get integrated into a system where it wasn't there when you were around, it never happened, right? But yeah, man, a lot of these McDonald places didn't look like just regular buildings. They looked like a playhouse. In fact, I think it did say playhouse outside. And then they had a thing with just balls in it, the ball thing where you fucking dying and you felt like you were gonna die, you know what I'm saying? A slide. All this shit they built inside of a McDonald's. A slide, a climbing gym, all type of shit. And now, you know what I mean? That space is utilized for the homeless guy that to throw ketchup packets everywhere. Scared to let DMX open up for them. That's wild. That's a dope segue. DMX was that guy, man. A lot of folks was afraid of folk, man. You know what I mean? Because, like, when I got older and you do your due diligence, a lot of these rappers went to college, like the old school 90s ones. A lot of the rappers were like good kids, let's just say, right? But yeah, man. The dollar menu, what happened to that, Playboy? I used to take my kids out of school early just to battle at the arcade on Fridays. That's fire. And there was nothing and for the kids at that point was still dope arcades, you know what I'm saying? Tekken and all those other cool games. But when we had arcades with Miss Pac-Man and all those little cool weird games, yo, it was a weird thing to just take $2 in quarters and go to the arcade and you felt like you were there for like 30 days, you know what I'm saying? and then walking around, figuring out, you know, you put a quarter in and get destroyed in Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat. He does a fatality on you. You're like, get me out of here. How'd you do that? You know, a lot of folk were like, and that's another thing. Things were passed via the talk. Remember that? Like Mortal Kombat had fatalities. So, you know, when people pulled them off, you were like, yo, how you know how to do that? There's no, you know, website for that. But shout out to the way, you know, things just like the way rumors or the like we communicated. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to that cup with the string. I don't know how that worked, but hello? Y'all can hear you. What the fuck is this? Yo, my nigga, you good? Oh shit, this shit is like a real phone, man. Back when arcades was lit, that's a fact, bully. Yo, good looking, man. We about to hit the 20 ball. Can we hit the 20 ball? Can we hit the 20? Let's hit the 20 ball. Let's hit the 20 ball. But yeah, for the rest of the video, I'm going to take it outside, and then I'm going to say my byes. But yeah, man. I wish my glasses were, you know, going, man. But yeah, man, I try. Look at my little theme. My theme. I try to do a little theme. Got the frisky. Yo, with the cat. Yo, this nigga's wildin', man. This kid is wildin', man. But yeah, man. Oh, this is a pretty good book right here. The Secret Language of Destiny, man. I'm very big on literature and expanding one's knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Like I always would tell my audience that used to be a cool thing for us. You know, like learning and knowing shit. You know, or being the friend like, oh, I know how to put the chain back on the. Remember the chain used to come off the bicycle, and you always had a friend that knew how to like put it back in. So yeah, man. Nobody was showing off back then. Everybody was just like low key, just trying to help out and shit. I think that's why it worked. You know, nobody thought that they were better. We all knew our money came from our parents, right? Like, you know, now you go to school, everybody's stunting on each other, wearing fucking crazy shit, $5,000 outfits and shit. Yo, I passed 20. Good looking, bully. Yo, thank you, everybody. I appreciate everybody. What's your favorite energy drink? I don't do any energy drinks or coffee. But if I did, I'd just say Red Bull, right, Dom? Good looking, yo, good looking, everybody, with the 21 ball, man. That shit makes me happy as hell, man. Thank you, everybody. Hearts up, man. I forgot to do that, man. Sorry, everybody. Hearts up, man. Thank you, everybody, from me to you, man. For real, for real. And this shit was flowing, man. We talk our shit on this one, man. Thank you, everybody. I felt the energy. I felt, you know what I mean? Like I said, it is based, like you guys help so much, you know what I mean? Red Bull gives you wings. I sounded like it? What up, y'all? Yo, Nene, Cheeseburger, Black, everybody, you don't remember like trying to do funny voices or like imitate? Like that's why we have a lot of like, you know, generation like Jamie Foxx and like a lot of those guys that know how to do good imitations, because that was a thing, you know what I mean? Good looking, the summer one. I had a Red Bull yesterday, the summer one. That's what's up, man. Monster coffee with the hazelnut. That's what's up, Black. yeah, man. I'm telling you, yo, Cheeseburger, sometimes like, you know, speaking and knowing that you weren't alone in your weirdness, right? Like it feels good, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, but we grew up like we were like quirky individuals, man. We really were like fun, you know. We were pieces of our parents a little bit, and we were pieces of ourselves. It was cool to be different, you know. That's why, like, if you look at the rap game, every rapper was different from the other one, right? Nobody sounded the same, and when they did, we went in on them. Oh, Shine sound like Big, or you know what I mean? It could have ruined your career, but yeah, man, being yourself was a big thing, man. Shout out to that, man. Remember, who's that dude? E40. I remember gregarious and when I walk through the streets and I found out that I was in a hip hop. And that nigga E40 he be having me roll. I don't know why. Every time I see E40. That's what's up, bully. Baltimore. Yeah, I remember the voices. That's what's up. That's what's up. I don't know why E40 always used to have me dying, like, when I heard his rap. And I used to, like, you know, like I said, we always used to give everybody their chance, right? Like, let me hear what this is E40 and roll down the block. And the way he... But, yeah, man, he's still around, though, man, so I'm not mad at that. Bro, I was in audio engineering, and we had to make mock radio commercials. All I did was impersonations. That is wild, Black. You don't think, Black? The world, how it revolves, man, and how certain things I say or things that is wild, bro. That's what's up, man. That must have been fun times, though. I ain't gonna lie. And that's another thing, man. A lot of folks that we have these accolades. It's just that folks. It is what it is. It's still the world we live in, man. But yeah, a lot of us were tentative on doing cool shit, man. What happened? Wait. I like saying what up, Doc. Like Bugs. Yeah, cheeseburger, banana, macaroni, tutti frutti. What up, user? I did stuff like that. The summer one. Okay, I'm catching up. B, I know you were hilarious. That's a fact, right? I know he was. Bully, that's a good one. That's a factory, man. But yeah, man. Good looking on the thumbs, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad that I'm you guys are in a good energy for the rest of the weekend. You know what I'm saying? See you guys on Monday. You know how that flow, man. But what up, Juan? Waka Waka from Sesame Street was wild. Remember hey bird. Remember my son, the mammoth nigga? Hey, that nigga was smoking an ounce before he. Hey, what's up, bird? Y'all niggas is wildin', son. Yo, I used to love Sesame Street, man. But that big creature was always, yo, what up, yo? You know where the papers is? I'm like, yo, look at this nigga. And then when you had Count Dracula counting until he 1, 2, 3, little nigga. Like, ah. Snuffleupagus, nigga. Snuffleupagus, man. That Willie Mammoth shit was a trip, man. That big dude always used to come out and be like, hey, bird. Yo, man. Best show in the 90s, word, man. You hit that channel 13. And then, yo, we had, like, Bob Ross, Reading Rainbow, Mr. Rogers. Remember Mr. Rogers? He always took his joints off and put his work, like, yo, they taught us a lot, man. They really did, man. Oscar the Grouch in the trash can popping up, bugging out everybody. He definitely had the weed brownies. Word. Good looking, y'all. Word. Saturday morning cartoons, man. You had like G.I. Joe or, the Ninja Turtle lineup. There was, and we had some, when I said Carmen Sandiego, for real, like I said, shows that like educated. I don't know why I used to love Where in the World. And then they had a PC game that was like, I gotta find this shorty. Where you at, girl? Where you at? Stay there, nigga, stay there. Why you keep bouncing around? You got the bag, girl. She had the bag. She had a jet. She had a private jet. Always, you like, word, man. Stay right there, Carmen, please. Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? And then Double Dare. We had like game shows that like, yo, cheeseburger, I went in. That's gonna be the cool of the crowd, right? But yo, remember Double Dare? Remember all our little quirky? Remember the Temple of Doom was like, it was like a temple they had to pretend to go through and shit? Yo, early 2000s lineup was fire. Batman at 4 something. When you saw Batman, oh, woo, hold on, yo, you wanna hang out? Yo, I see y'all just at 4:30, man. I gotta go see Batman real quick, man. Woo wee! And then the kids underneath us, when I was growing up, they got like Power Rangers and all the other cool lineups, Barney and whatever. But yeah, man, they tried. But once they went Teletubbies, I said it's over. It's over. Now they talking a different. I'm like, yup, these kids are gonna grow up cursing me. Yup, see you later. See you later. These kids are gonna give me the finger now. Teletubbies, you know what I'm saying? You ain't even know what gender they was. I'm like, yo, this shit is not even English. Captain America was fire. What was the other joint? Saving Planet. Remember the Saving Planet, nigga? Word, Juan. I ain't lying. Used to get up at 5 a.m. to watch Acrobatic Chicks in they tights. Yo, then and the TV went off, y'all. At a certain hour, the TV went off. And then it started with like, oh, say, can you see? Like, they really Americanized you. You was American. And then, yeah, they had like the Olympics in the morning. And, yo, it was wild. And then different times, right? Like, the darker you went, you know, Honeymooners was at 11 o'clock. And then Johnny Carson and, you know, the All Our Parents shows. You know what I'm saying? Magic School Bus was fire. Teletubbies are a part of Illuminati. Yo, shapes of their head. Yeah, bro. Teletubbies used to scare me, man. Had a real fight in that show. That's crazy wrong. Yo, Saved by the Bell. Word, man. My son, yeah, he still looked the same too. Slater. Slater and Zach, man. Remember Slater? 12 p.m. the national anthem hit. That's a fact. And yo, I really remember I was 4, 5, 6, and the TV would go off. It would go, like there was nothing else you could watch, meaning get your ass to sleep at 12, 1 o'clock, right? And when I saw that they started letting the TV stay up longer, I remember this one scary show. I forgot what it was, or it was an intro where it's an old lady sitting down watching the TV, right? Like, and it bugged me out, you know what I'm saying? Even the Twilight Zone was a bugged out intro. Yo, Mario Lopez is Botox in his nostrils, you heard? Nah, I don't know, but allegedly. Nah, I'm not even saying that. I think, yeah, maybe it's genetics, right? But Mario Lopez, man, Slater looking... Yo, and that's another thing. That's where, you know, Kelly from 90210, you know what I'm saying? I had, you know, it was cool to have, you know, friends that were girls, and a lot of girls loved that show. They put me on to that little weird show. 90210. And then my moms used to love Melrose Place and all them other shows. I was like, Mom, what you watching this porqueria shit? But the TV was definitely designed for like you know, entertainment and education preference, you know what I mean? Because even the Spanish shows were bugged out and like fun. Yeah, at 5 8, yup. That was creepy, right? Word. If you kept your TV on, that shit would fucking dance. Woo! You're like, what the? Oh, shit. The cuckoo, nigga. No way. What happened to Jeezy? Wanted to get at him. Jeezy a weird one, too, man. You know, some of these rappers just take that, like, they words, like, relax. Now look at all the rappers backpedaling. Of course you was gonna get old. What, you thought you was gonna be gangster forever, nigga? You better be careful. Yo, that TV was bugged out though. But yeah, man, we had Sesame Place. The Reading Rainbow was fire. The Magic School Bus. Like literally, Channel 13 was like learn, and your mother was like, don't change it from there. She'll take the remote if you had one of them joints. You know, my TV, I was the remote. Click, click, click. Change the channel. Click, click, click. I got you, Papa. But yeah, man. It's getting hot. I did 12:05. Good looking, everybody. It's $8, random. We outside, we inside, we everywhere, man. Hey, what was the name of the Mexican Jerry Springer show? Oh shit. Mexican Jerry Springer show. Oh yeah, it was. It was like Telemundo or some shit. I got what you're saying, man. They started it first. They really did, man. But yo, everybody have a good one. Thank you, Darius. Everybody one love. Good looking Bully. Good looking Cheeseburger. Juan, Black, Nene, Darius. Everybody, much love, man. Everybody have a good day, man. Hearts up. You know, stay up. We're saying like been disrespectful Jeezy's daughter. That's why. OMG, man. Mario, you sexy bastard. Pause. Shout out to Saved by the Bell, man. But yo, for real, everybody have a great day. Nene, thank you. Christy, everybody who was in here. Wife, I love you. You know what I'm saying? Everybody take care. Have a great day. Black, you already know. Good looking on Putin. And you know what I'm saying? Stay up, everybody. Good looking. Yo, family, stay up, stay tight, man. Everybody have a good weekend. Stay blessed, stay safe. Please stay safe. Keep your antennas up. And yeah, man, we here, man. Have a great day. Good looking, Juan. Peace. It's $8 random. Later, y'all. We had a great one, man. Good looking, everybody. For real, man. Thank you. I'm gonna figure things out. Thank you, everybody. Peace. Later, Darius. Later, everybody. Have a great day, man. Have a good weekend.